The following presentation was recorded live for the International Association of Square Dance Callers 19th Annual Convention. We take you live to Virginia Beach, Virginia, where our session is just getting underway.
This session is entitled Creative Choreography and How to Make It Successful, and it kind of parallels our theme for CALLERLAB this year, Success by Design, Designing Success, or whatever other acronyms I've heard the last couple of days. There are handouts up front. If you'd like to pick up a handout, please come and do so at your leisure. There are plenty to go around. I would ask that you take one now, and if there are any left over and you'd like to take some back to your local associations, feel free to do so. We will be taping the session, and we will have an opportunity to respond to your questions and answers later, comments, etc. We urge you, if you do have comments to pass on, to please come up to the microphone, identify yourself, your geographic location, and please put your question into the microphone. That's the only way we can get it onto the tape. It's very annoying to listen to tapes of blank noise, just absolutely nothing, and then you hear the response, but you don't know what the question is. I've got tons of answers, but very few questions out of 12 years of collecting tapes from CALLERLAB sessions. So, if you would please come to the floor mic and make sure it gets on tape. I feel like I'm a thorn between two kings, one on each side. I feel as if I'm not needed here. That's probably why they said, okay, you let these guys work and you just moderate. And I accepted the challenge. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Al Stevens. I live in West Germany, and I have a different perspective on choreography than what I understand is prevalent elsewhere. Our panelists, not necessarily in this order, are on my right, a gentleman who needs absolutely no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway, regardless of what he says. The first time we met was at a CALLERLAB convention, and Lee was busy writing out a new thing to take to Japan, and somebody said, I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Lee Kopman. And I said, sir, it's a pleasure to meet you. After all these years, I finally get to meet the man that wrote the encyclopedia. And Lee said, no, that was Mr. Burleson. And I said, no, sir, he was the editor. Mr. Lee Kopman. And this young fellow on my left, we've developed a very, very close relationship the last couple of days. I only knew his name throughout the past couple of years. He's become a caller coach to which I add my accolades. A man who's doing a superb job in the New England area. He comes from West Springfield, Massachusetts. I should be able to say that. I was born there myself. Massachusetts, West Springfield, Massachusetts. Would you welcome, please, Mr. Ken Ritucci. Notice I did not call you Keith. Our session is called Creative Choreography and How to Make It Successful. And I'm going to turn the microphone over first to Ken and let him define or give his spiel. Then Lee has designated some people, or asked some people, I guess, to participate as dancers, and we'll go through some authority at its best. He didn't ask; he told them. Like I said, I feel kind of behind the eight ball, sitting here between these two distinguished gentlemen. I've got to tell you a story that happened to me down in Florida. On my way up to the convention, I called a dance in blah blah, and the following day I was in a supermarket with another fellow CALLERLAB member, and we were at the checkout counter, and this lady from behind said, excuse me, and we both turned around, and she said, aren't you a square dance caller? And I kind of smiled, and I said, yes, I am. Figuring, of course, she was at last night's dance. She said, your name is, and I said, Al Stevens. She said, no, and that's how I feel. Anyway, Ken Ritucci.
What is your name? No. We think we have a superb program for you this afternoon, a nice program to round out the business part of the convention for today. What we're going to do is we're going to sort of break it up. We felt that we didn't want to all do, quote, show and tell. 1976, if he remembers, I had the opportunity to be at a caller school in Troy, New Hampshire, and the guest that we had that year at the staff was Mr. Lee Kopman, and I still have the tapes from his sessions, and I still listen to him periodically when I begin to prepare my own choreographic sessions for caller school that I now teach at. But you're going to thoroughly enjoy Lee's session, I know, and also Mr. Stevens here, who doesn't think he's going to do much, is going to get up and show you his wizardry on choreography. I'm just basically going to give you an overlay of creative choreography, and I want to read something. It says, choreography just doesn't happen. Once you start to understand what happens in a square, when you begin to move dancers in various combinations, you, in effect, begin to become your own choreographer. We may not always think of it like that, whether we read material from note services or whatever, and you use it at your dance, that's fine. But when you start to move your own dancers around, whether you're sight calling or memorization or mental imagery, whatever method you're using, you really are becoming your own choreographer. You have to have a mindset. You need to know what you want to accomplish. By a show of hands, very quickly, how many have started a tip or squared up at a dance and ready to put the needle on the record, and you really don't have any idea where you're going? Be honest. How many really don't have an idea sometimes? Okay. You need to know. You need to have some sort of game plan worked out. You need to know how you will arrive at that accomplishment. You may say to yourself, this tip I'm going to work fan the tops. But how are you going to arrive at fan the top? What interesting choreography are you going to do? What are you going to do different? How are you going to be able to use key words to get the difficult parts of possibly a fan the top over to dancers, depending on what level of the floor you have? You need to realize that dancers may not arrive at that same accomplishment. You really have to understand that what you have in mind and what the dancers have in mind once they hear the call could be totally different, and you have to be prepared to handle that situation. If you call a difficult pattern of choreography, which you in your mind think may not be difficult, but yet 3/4 of the floor breaks down, you've got to handle that situation right then and there. There's several ways you can handle that, but how do you handle it right then and there? How do you extemporaneously handle the situation in order to get out of it? What does creative mean? Does it mean half-sashayed couples? Does it mean boy-boy, girl-girl dancing? Does it mean calling movements from positions other than the normal, quote, vanilla positions? Most likely it means all of these. If we asked everybody in this room what creative meant as far as choreography is concerned, we'd probably get about 55 different answers. Of course, according to the American College Dictionary, it defines creative as having the quality or power of creating, or being originative. Being original is really what it's all about. But creative for who? Your perspective may be different than that of the dancers. Let's quickly go over some reasons for positive creativity. Positive creativity in choreography. Number one, I think it adds variety to your program. Number two, if danced successfully, it builds confidence to not only you, but your dancers. Number three, it makes you look good. Number four, it expands your knowledge of arrangements and formations. Number five, it stimulates the dancer's thinking. And number six, it distinguishes yourself from other callers. How about not so positive reasons for creative choreography? Number one, if danced unsuccessfully, it can damage the confidence of you and your dancers. Number two, it can make you look bad. Number 3, it can upset the dancers. How many have seen dancers upset on the floor? Raise your hand. Because of an action of a caller or something that's happened. Okay? Number 4, it distinguishes yourself from other callers in a negative way, which of course we're not looking for. I'm going to turn the mic over now because we really want to see some interesting choreography. But in closing for my session, I think we need to have a mindset. When we get on the stage and pick up the microphone, you need to know what you're going to do. You've got to have a game plan. How many write lesson plans for each dance? That's good. That's more than I expected. That's almost a third of the group. Getting up there with nothing in your mind is not going to build confidence in your dancers. They need to have and hear from you the confidence of your choreography, and you have to show it in your voice and how you move dancers. Thank you.
Yeah, well, we're going to get right into the nitty-gritty of some unusual things you can do with choreo. We're going to deal with it primarily at the mainstream and at the plus level. Is there anybody here that calls advanced level dancing? Do we have any? Well, we may do a few. I just hope the dancers we selected may know some of those figures. We'll see.
Any of the dancers
yeah.
do not dance plus or...
Yeah. Are there any mainstream callers? Strictly mainstream. Okay. We all have basic creative instincts. We just have to take the time to look for them, try to create certain things based on what our basic abilities are. I'm going to give you some ideas on certain calls from certain positions, and I'm going to ask you to give me some ideas that you may have from certain formations and positions that we have, which would be of some value and service to the attendees here right now. Let's have the square that we've selected. By the way, they were told that as soon as they came in, I said, "You're dancing." I didn't ask if they were interested in dancing. I know that there isn't anybody here that has not done a swing through at the dance, but let me show you some possibilities with it. Example, have the heads pair off and slide through. Now, I'm going to do something now that some of you may object to. Some of you may find it cute. Let's see what your reaction is. We all know how to swing through, is that correct? Boys extend. Boys swing through. Don't start with me. All the boys drop hands. Back up. Everybody roll a half sachet. Girls extend. Only the girls swing through. Drop hands. Back up. I bet you hate to back up. But you get a smile on somebody's face, and it's not earth-shattering for them to do that, and you'll get everybody's attention. Just a little bit unusual. Now, if you don't want them to back up, have the girls extend. Girls take a peek. Trade the wave. Now extend. And we have a left-hand wave. All the girls run around the guy. Let's recap that. This is a line of 4. I don't care whether you have 1P, 2P, or whatever the case is. The normal setup is boy, girl, boy, girl. Boys extend, swing through. Now, if you keep the right-hand wave and you want them to take up the spaces, then what you do is you back them up. If you choose not to back them up, then you convert the right-hand wave to a left-hand wave, and then they'll be able to walk forward. Back up for now. Did you see that? Okay. Let's take it one step further. Everybody pass the ocean. Do a single hinge. Okay. Boys are looking in, girls are looking out. Do we agree? Okay. Boys extend. All the boys swing through. Girls trade, boys extend. Or back up, rather. That's what I meant. Okay. What we added there was we did it from an ocean wave where somebody extended, did the swing through to the back up, and the girls were activated by doing a partner trade, by trading as if they were going to trade the wave. Pass the ocean. Let's see it again. Everybody hinge. Now you got a right-hand wave. And we've established that if the boys extend, do that, okay, guys? Swing through. Okay, now while they're doing that, I'll say girls trade with each other. Go. Boys back up. And then you're back to a nice setup there. Let me show you something really neat. I have to get you back, though. Everybody pass through. Do a wheel and deal. Those in the middle do right and left through. Same forward pass through. Everybody slide through. And just promenade back home. You're close. Okay, just square up. All right. Head two couples. Head couples. Now, think about it. Write that down, by the way. We don't have that on a list here. Write that down if you're interested in doing that kind of a thing anyway. Have the head couples lead to the right. and veer to the left. Bend the line. Do a right and left through. And the ladies lead Dixie style to an ocean wave. Okay. All the boys with each other cast off 3/4 and roll to face each other. Boys, you're going to begin with each other and end with your original partner. And I'm going to ask you to start a swing through. Ready? Turn right and end with your original partner. Pretty neat, isn't it? Let's have, now this is a left-hand ocean wave. Now you know that a swing through begins with what hand? Tell me. Okay, so if you're in a left-hand wave and your dancers are not tuned in to doing swing throughs where you start in the beginning, you might help them and say, all right, beginning with the right hand and then swing through. So in effect, we're doing the same thing, except we're adding a little color to it, a little juice to it. Example, girls, if I asked the girls to do a swing through now or begin it, they would turn right and then left. Watch what we do here. Girls hinge and roll. Now, since it's very unusual, I made sure that I said, girls, you will begin and end with original partner. Because most of the time, when you do this, if they're not in a position to end with their original partner, the girls will touch a quarter and start to swing through with each other. So the hint that we have here is ending with original partner. Girls begin to swing through, turn right, and then with original partner, and turn by the left, which is really kind of neat. So we took a left-hand ocean wave, had the centers hinge and roll to face each other, and then we started the swing through, which is really neat. Let's have all the girls run around the guy. Girls hinge. This is a diamond. Do a diamond circulate twice. Very center girl, trade with the left. Good. Girls swing through. Do a diamond circulate twice. Very center girl, trade with the left. I'm not concerned with the fact that this particular call might be on a higher level. In fact, it's not really. I think it is, yes. But we've just done a diamond swing through. Now, they don't know that that was the name of the call, but I put them through it, and then I will tell them that it's a diamond swing through. The reason it is a diamond swing through, because whenever you do a swing through, your first turn is to turn half. Do we agree? And then wherever you can, you turn by the left halfway. Well, our half now are 2 diamond circulates. Now we're going to do 2 diamond circulates, and then who's ever in the center will trade. Diamond swing through. Go 1, and then 2, and the center girl trade. Not hard to do. Kind of aggressive in the calling, but it's worth a risk. Especially if you can work it out so that you may have same sexes dealing with the whole thing. Because if you're going to create a situation that's very unusual, don't compound their problem by having them work maybe with different sexes. But make it easier for them so that you can direct it so that they can have success. It doesn't do you any good to have the dancers stand around. Do a diamond circulate. Go. All right, flip the diamond for now. Good. Recycle, please. Slide through. All right, now just score your set pretty close to home. Now, we're just dealing with a swing through here. We had it from the line of 4 where somebody extended and then backed up. Then I showed you how to do it from the diamonds. Watch this. Have the heads moving and pair off while the sides roll away with a half sachet. Swing through for now, please. Let's have the centers trade, and then everybody spin the top. Okay. All 4 girls, now you'll know why I've done this in a minute. All 4 girls in the middle, spin your top. Okay. Establish thars, will you please, so that the boys are part of the girls on the thars? Good. All the boys do a U-turn back. All the boys. All the boys. Okay. Now, this is a left hand setup, and we have a right hand setup. And a swing through begins with what hand? Tell me. Okay, it can be done from here. You may have a little bit of a traffic problem, but it's going to create an awful lot of fun on the floor. Now, you notice the 2 boys in the middle have right hands, so you're going to start. The 2 girls are holding right hands with each other. Everybody with a right hand, trade, now. Where's your left hand? Who has the left? 2 girls in the middle and 2 boys. Trade, now. Okay, beginning with the right hand. Now, this was set up by having you create a grand tidal wave and putting all same sexes in the middle, having them spin the top and having the others turn back so you can have right and lefts. Now, before you even deal with this, you have to have them practice a little bit. Where's your right hand? Trade. Where's your left hand? Trade. Now, you got to really move there. You got to try to work it out so you all get over there together. Everybody beginning with a right hand, swing through. Go. Turn right, quickly turn by the left. You got it. It's fun to do, and it might be something you want to add to your program. All same sexes hinge, roll to face each other, pass through, face in. All the girls move into the middle and pass the ocean, please. Okay, and extend to the guys. and the girls do a U-turn back for our purposes now. Let's recap. We had the lines with the boys extending and doing it and backing up. We had the girls doing it. If you don't want them to back up, then you trade the wave, convert it from right to left. We had the mixed R's and whatever. Now, I saw this today when they were working in one of the other rooms that I thought was kind of a neat idea. Let me show it to you, okay? Have everybody star through, will you please? Veer left. And all four girls do a walk and dodge. Okay. I'm curious to see how you're going to react to this, okay? Beginning with a partner trade. Everybody swing through. You got it fine, honey. You got it fine. A little unusual. I never called that before, but they were working in some of the choreo sessions, and I said, no, you're fine. Don't move. You'll screw the whole thing up. That's okay. All the girls pass through and immediately face in by the boys with each other, trade and roll. And the boys pass through. Now star through. Let's recap on how that was done. All four girls are in the middle of a two-phase line, do a walk and dodge. We have some that are a couple and some that are in a mini wave. Now, one of the neat things about this, that whenever you do a swing through, it's a half by the right and then somebody has to turn by the left. Well, the boys, when they come into the middle, are going to be in a perfect position to trade by the left. And listen to the information I gave to them. Everybody, beginning with a trade, swing through. Trade with your girl, and then the boys by the left. So it's set up with a two-phase line with the boys in the middle, which is really kind of neat. You don't look like you're really excited about it, though. Let's have all the boys walk and dodge in the middle, which may be hard because they had left hands. With the girl, you have hinge, roll to face her, all pass through, do a U-turn back, and then star through with the girl. Looks pretty good. Do a Ferris wheel. Zoom in the middle. Brand new centers, pass through. Alaman left your corner, come back home, promenade your partner. You don't have to do the Alaman. And then come on back. Let's go on now. This is just with swing throughs. Look at all the nice things that we've had with this so far. Let's go another step further. Have the head couples lead to the right, and then swing through here. Without a stop, spin your top. Do a grand swing through. Turn right and left. All the boys run around the girl. Now, once again, this particular call is on another list. It's a concept. But you can get dancers to do all kinds of things if you set up only obvious possibilities. Example, girls hinge. 4 girls work with each other, even though you're far away, and do a walk and dodge. Just a little bit unusual. Girls with each other hinge, and you brought them back again. Now this was set up by having the heads lead to the right, you veer to the left, or you get a grand two-phase line. A right-handed two-phase line. If you're not too sure why this is a right-handed two-phase line, it's because on each side the 2 girls in the middle of each two-phase line are holding right hands. Now all 4 girls are going to work with each other again. Girls do a linear cycle. Hinge, if you're looking out, fold, go all the way down, all the way down into that space. Go ahead, all the way down, and then peel to the right, and the girls will be facing each other. Honey, finish the linear. Face them. Now, look at these guys over here. Like over here. That's it. That's it. Other than that, it was perfect. Now, I want the girls to do me a favor. Do a partner hinge. Now, you know, before I would take a chance to do that, watch what I would do. Everybody on each side bend the line. Touch a quarter. In the wave you're in, let the centers trade. In the wave you're in, everybody do a linear cycle. Hinge, fold, follow, and peel. Go over there. Yeah. Okay, don't be sorry. Just do it right. Everybody... Everybody pass through, do a wheel and deal. We're going to take a little pressure off you now. A zoom. All right, boys, make an ocean wave. Now what I'm doing is I'm checking to make sure that same sexes can do a linear cycle. Boys linear, go. Hinge, fold, follow, and peel if you choose. Girls come into the middle and pass the ocean. Now the girls linear, hinge. If you're looking out, fold straight down and then peel to the right. Okay, now I should have a little more success with the group when we get them into that other situation. Girls lead to the right. All pass through. Do a U-turn back. Star through, please. Couples circulate. Couples hinge. Can you do that? Okay. Now the girls again. This is the same setup we had before. We're isolating the same sexes and we're having them do a call. The walk and dodge was easier to do. Linear is a little bit tougher. But girls, do your linear. Hinge. If you're looking out, fold and walk straight down and then peel to the right. Good. I haven't done too much with the guys. Guys, even though you're not connected, fan the top. Center boy 3, the other guy walk around, pick him up for a right-hand setup. That's kind of neat, isn't it? So from that grand setup, we had the girls do one call, and while they were working, it would have activated the boys once the girls got, kind of out of the way there. Boys extend to the girls. Then you're looking pretty good. Boys run around that girl. Good. All star through. Veer left, and the couples hinge again. That looks pretty good. Now, just take a look at this. I can have the boys work with each other and swing through even though you're not connected. And I've done this at a national convention with hundreds of squares. It's a risk factor, but it's an obvious one if you're careful. Boys raise right hands. The center boy drop left hands. Boys, look at the guy to your right. You're going to be turning with him, but you have to walk around the girls. Ready? Trade. 2 boys come into the middle with a left hand trade. So the boys have done a disconnected swing through. Not hard to do. Boys, again, raise your right hand. Work with the guy to your right. Swing through. Turn right, and then left in the middle. Girls, don't think I forgot about you. Girls, trade with the right hand. Now, the inside girl, raise your left hand. High. Look at the girl over there to your left. Walk around the boys and trading with the left. And you got it. Girls, again, where's your right hand? Trade. Inside girl, walk around her. Go. Boys, where's your disconnect? Go. Right swing through. Do it. Right. And then left. Girls do the same. Turn right. Walk around the guys. Turn by the left. All same sexes do it at the same time. Go. Turn right. And then by the left. Go, honey. We're waiting for you. Good girl. Okay. Each side, just bend the line. And you're looking pretty good. Star through here. All slide through, and then touch quarter. This is the, you know how to do a walk and dodge. There's no problem about that. Before you do that, want to do a split circulate, please? Careful, honey. If we did a walk and dodge here, if some people may have trouble in their groups because they haven't taught their dancers how to do a walk and dodge where the trailer walks straight ahead and the lead dodges over. That's something that you have to deal with. If you want to deal with it only with a boy going across and a girl sliding over, that's up to you. If you're calling, outside and you run into a situation like that, then you have 2 choices. You either make them dance the way you want them to dance, or you call to the level of their dancing. My approach usually is to force them to dance the way I want them to dance. And I can get them to do that. I have good skills that way because I'm good at the sight calling, and I know what the degrees of difficulty are of some of the things. Yeah, well, whatever the case is. Boys run around that girl. You don't have to have an ocean wave to do a walk and dodge. Boys walk, girls dodge. Okay, boys run around that girl. And of course it can be done the other way where the girls can walk and the boys can dodge. That's not a problem. Pass the ocean here. Everybody hinge, and let's have the centers trade. Another concept on a higher level is a diagonal concept. All 4 boys raise hands. You're going to be walking and dodging with each other. The boy looking out, dodge right. The other guy walks straight across to the center. Go, walk and dodge on a diagonal. Girls raise hands. You're working with each other. Once again, I set it up with the same sexes. The girl looking out will dodge right. The girl looking in will walk across to the end. Girls diagonally walk and dodge. Go. And you got a nice setup there. All same sexes do a partner trade. Now you better listen carefully now. The center 4, touch a quarter, and spread the other star through and squeeze in between them. Now you have a line there. Do you see it? All 8 circulate. Not everybody can circulate from a 3 in 1 line. And if your group cannot do that, then what you would do is just have the centers pass through. Are you ready for this? Do a 1 by 3 walk and dodge. 1 walked and 3 dodged. Let me show you how to set it up. All the girls fold, face the guy. Star through here. You have a 2-face line. Do you see it? Girls walk and dodge. Okay, this is 3 people looking out. The end is looking in. On the 1 by 3 walk and dodge, one is so obvious. Now, they'll think about it for a second, and let them think about it. That'll be okay. 1 will walk and 3 will dodge. Set up from a 2-face line. Do a 1 by 3 walk and dodge. And you're in pretty good shape here. All same sexes do a partner trade. That looks pretty good. Everybody pass the ocean. Good. The girl looking out, run to the right. The other way. Is for one girl. If we give you 2 is for the boys, 1 is for the girls, okay? Now, this is the 3-in-1 line that you may have some trouble circulating. Is that right? So if you have a problem, if your group has never circulated from a 3-in-1 line or you're not sure how to do it, have the centers pass through, and they don't have to deal with it. Like, see, it feels pretty good there. This is kind of an unusual thing now where we're going to mix some calls. I'm going to mix recycles and linear cycles and so on and so forth. But watch how we do this. First, everybody do a partner hinge, will you please? And the centers trade, and all do a split circulate. Good. I'm going to ask the boys to do your part of a linear cycle. Not yet. Girls, you're going to do a recycle. Now, if you guys are really good at this, you're going to be in a most unusual situation. Okay? Girls recycle, boys linear. Girls are back-to-back. Girls are back-to-back. Okay, this is kind of crazy now, isn't it? But we can deal with this. I would like to show you what to do with it. Don't tell me what to do with it, but okay? Now, let's recap what we've done. We had ocean waves. We had 2 girls and 2 boys. I had somebody do a recycle, somebody do a linear cycle. But if you're going to deal with this, you better know how to get them out. Girls trade. Girls pass the ocean. The end girl run around the center girl. Girls extend to the guys. Voila, you got it. But you have to study stuff like that or come to these things and find out how to do it. Bend the line of 4, please. Yeah. Pass the ocean. I want you to do that, though. Okay? Now, the center boy run to the right. Now, of course, we've done, I know you've directed cycle and wheels, but you can direct cycle and Ferris wheel from here. You don't have to say cycle and wheel all the time. The boys are in a perfect position to do this. Or, watch this. Girls are going to do a linear cycle. Now, do you know where you're going to end up for sure? Well, let me make sure before you move. Girls hinge, and the girl looking out fold. Now, eventually, girls, you're going to walk all the way down and peel to the right. Do we agree? Okay, get back to where you were. Okay, as you start to investigate these possibilities, I'm giving you some. But just because I gave that to you doesn't mean you may not have something that's even better than what I've given you. And after I give you some of the information, I want to get some from you on. Now, Al says he has something that also is pretty good from certain positions. But watch what I do here. Girls, you'll do a linear cycle while the boys circulate. Go. Very unusual. Let's see if you can deal with this now. All do your part of the next call. Boys, you'll wheel and deal. Girls, Ferris wheel. Go. Girls, sweep a quarter. And we got you into a formation. Really kind of neat to do. Have the girls pass through. Touch a quarter here. Do a split circulate. Let's recap. We have a wave here with same sexes. The center boy run to the right. So now I establish a 3-in-1 line with the same sexes because I have to talk to girls or boys on this call. Girls, you're going to do a linear cycle while the boys circulate. Go. Unusual setup. In this kind of a setup, the boys are in a two-phase line that does not exist. But it's obvious that if they're going to wheel and deal, there's only one place for them to go. The girls may have a problem doing a Ferris wheel if they're not used to doing Ferris wheels from two-phase lines that are facing counterclockwise. So that might create a problem for you. But these girls are pretty good, so we can deal with it. Everybody do your part of a Ferris wheel. Girls, you can sweep a quarter if you like. And that looks pretty good. Girls, turn through. Boys, get your left hand ready. Courtesy, turn the girl. And make a line of 4. All right, now you guys are primarily plus dancers, is that right? Okay. Let me just go another step further. Touch a quarter. Some of you are going to argue with me about this, but watch this. All 8 circulate once and a half. The very center 2 boys trade. The other 3 people, raise your hands. The other people, raise your hands. All right, the center boys trade again. The other 3 people, raise your hands. That's a little triangle. Circulate within that group. Go. I would risk that, even though a triangle circulate is a C1 call, but it's an obvious one. Now, how did I make it obvious for them? What did I do? I traded the center boys. I deactivated him from the group of 3 and they could see it. It's worth a chance. You may not want to do it. That's up to you. But there's a risk factor, but once again, you're going to get everybody's attention in a minute. The center 6 do a single hinge. Looks good. All 4 boys have a left-hand wave. Take a peek. Trade your wave. Girls bend the line. Boys spin your top. Girls, if you have nothing to do, roll away a half sachet. Boys extend to the girls, and the boys run around the girl. Now let's see if I can do all these things with this group. See how good they are, okay? Boys extend. Swing through. Drop hands. Back up. Roll the girl a half sachet. Girls extend. Swing through. All the girls do a U-turn back. Extend to the guys. Girls run around that guy. And you're looking pretty good. Everybody here star through. Veer to the left. Girls hinge. All do a diamond circulate. Twice. Center girl trade. Good, that's your diamond swing through. But for now, girls swing through. I'll put you right through the diamond swing through. Go 2 spots. Go, everybody. Diamond circulate once, twice, and the center girl trade. And you've done it. Girls hinge. Good. All 4 girls, you walk and dodge. And you're pretty good. Do a 1x3, walk and dodge. All do a U-turn back for now, and then pass the ocean. Spin your top. Turn, center 3/4, and the end walk up. 4 girls in your wave, spin your top, while the boys do a U-turn back. Establish thars. Where's your right hand? Everybody who has a right hand, trade now. Where's your left hand? Trade now. Where's your right hand? All 8 right, swing through, go. Go right, quickly turn by the left. Get across. Don't hurt each other. All same sexes do a single hinge. Roll to face. Everybody pass through. Face in. All the boys star through. Pass the ocean. Extend your tag. Boys run around that girl. Star through here. Veer to the left and bend the line. Now do a right and left through and put the girls in the lead for a Dixie style to an ocean wave. All the boys with each other hinge and roll to face. Boys beginning with each other and ending with a girl swing through. Turn right and then turn a girl by the left. Beginning with the right hand girls hinge and roll. Girls begin with each other, swing through, turn right and end with a boy. With a boy. And you got it. Everybody with the girl you have, let the ladies run around the guy. 2 girls trade in the middle. Bend the line of 4. Pass the ocean. Now do a split circulate. Let's have the ends circulate while the centers trade. Looks pretty good. All do your part of the next call. Well, let's have the center boy run to the right, will you please? Girls, your linear cycle while the boys circulate. Go. Hurry up, girls. All do your part of the next call. Ferris wheel. Now the girls are facing each other. Girls square through 2. Meet a boy in now. All pass through. Girls clover. Boys pass the ocean. Extend to the girls and the boy run right. All touch a quarter. 8 circulate once and a half. The very center boys trade. The other 3 people, look at your triangle. Circulate. Looks good. The center 6, single hinge. Good. All the girls work to the side position, wheel and deal. You have a long way to go. Good. Boys take a peek and trade your wave. Extend to the girls. Boys run around that girl and you're looking pretty good. Pass through, do a wheel and deal. Zoom. Was there a mistake here someplace? Someplace there was a mistake here. It wasn't my fault. I'm calling good. All right. Well, square your sets up. I didn't see that. Why don't you say something? You're the moderator. Okay. All right. Have the heads pair off for a minute, okay? All right. Well, whatever the case. You can, okay. Did you get back to your original partners? Okay, make an ocean wave. Spin chain, exchange the gears. Go. You might as well dance to that record that's on there. That sounds pretty good. Okay, this is a spin chain the gears without too much of a problem, and the group knows it. Now listen carefully. Spin chain, exchange the gears again. Go. But the head boy lead him across. Raise your hand if you're the head man. You'll end up in waves with the boys in the middle and the girls on the end. Another possibility, which I'm throwing out. I'm trying to give you a lot of different ideas, in terms of creating this choreo as best as I can. Boys run around that girl. Ferris wheel. Star through here. and you're looking pretty good. You guys can rest for a while, okay?
An excellent demonstration of BS, brain stimulation. Brain stimulation. How many eyes were opened? There's only one that was, and that was Lil's. If you would, please, would you welcome Lee's lovely wife, Lilith Kopman, just came in. And for the sake of continuing with demonstration, could we have 8 more or different or the same people on the floor?
Well, get the same group. You want to put on that penny there?
I don't need them because this isn't the sight resolution. This is not an exercise in sight resolution. I don't really need to worry about that. We just need 8 people on the floor. I'd like to share with you a couple of ideas on how the European scene differs from the scene that I've seen. A couple of times I've been approached by callers and they say, well, you know, what do you do with calls like do paso? Do paso is such a boring call, and that's the analogy. It's 3 arm turns. Everybody knows that. Partner left, corner right, partner left. The only way you could really spice it up to make it interesting or different or challenging would be to vary the way we get into it or do something after it to spice it up. Certainly the 3 arm turns are not a monumental deal, okay? But here's some ideas that we share and use. Head couples, if you would, square through 3/4. Now when you get there, do a U-turn back, and heads working across the set square through. But on your 4th hand, start a do paso. Partner left now, go all the way around, find corner, turn above the right. Okay, come back to honey and courtesy turner. Okay? We could work the same identical thing with the side. Side square through 3/4, please. And do a U-turn back. Side couple square through. But on your 4th hand, start a do paso. Turn partner left, all the way around, reach for the corner, turn above the right. Courtesy turn, lovely. And it works identical from 0 lines of 4. Heads slide out to the right and make a line of 4. And the same identical thing will, well, if you want to get there the hard way, that's okay. I was trying to simplify things for expediency. Everybody square through 3/4. And every person do a U-turn back. Stay on your side of the fence. Everybody square through. But on your 4th hand, start a do paso. And when you get done, finish with a courtesy turn. We all know the different get-outs. You can make an alamandar star. You can go into any left-hand movement. Courtesy turn is only done for... I just want to give you some meat before the call instead of after it. Could we have the head star through and spread, and everybody touch a quarter, circulate, trade and roll? I want to establish a line of 4 with same sex in the center, same sex on the end, okay? From here, the concept that we apply at home is very, very easy. It's called, we want variety in our dance program, Al, but we want variety from within the program. Our dancers tell us we don't want variety sprinkled from up above. We want variety from within. So when you work with a group of mainstream people day in and day out for 3 or 4 years, it gets kind of challenging after a while to find different ways of doing common things. Has anybody ever attempted a grand square from facing lines of 4? Centers, or the boys, if you would, turn to face each other in your own line. Now, boys, you're going to start by backing up. Girls are going to start by walking forward. Very carefully, everybody ready? Grand square. Go 1, 2, 3, turn. Go 1, 2, 3, turn. Go 1, 2, 3, turn. And don't turn around, but just reverse. Go 1, 2, 3, and turn. And 1, 2, 3, and turn. 1, 2, 3, and turn, and hot cha-cha. Boys face to the center. Good. Everybody touch a quarter. Circulate. Face in. Centers only, do a right and left through. Here's another common call that's not used too much. And even in our backyard, we had to scrape to find this. Hook on the end, make a line of 4. The new centers do a right and left through. Same 2, cross trail through and separate, go around 1, hook on the end, make a line of 4. We could do that all day and have fun with it. Just a different way of using cross trail through. Isolating on the centers of a facing line of 4. Centers roll away with a half sachet, please. Everybody pass through. Wheel and deal. By the way, we're condensing this into a very short span of time so that you can, if you're taking notes, fine. If you don't know what we've done and you want to talk to us after, we'll be around for a little bit. But the safest way is to buy the tape. Let me see. What did I do? Pass through the centers. Do a left turn through. Reach out with your right hand and swing through. Spin your top. Here's a setup I really, really like. We have the boys facing the same direction in each ocean wave. We have the girls facing the same direction. I want the boys to fold behind the girls, and boys grab a boy's hand and back up. Okay? I love this formation. I've studied this formation. I really enjoy it, and it's easy to get into and out of. Girls, as couples, trade. And when you get there, wheel around to face the boys behind you. With those boys, square through 3/4. And watch this. Everybody finish a Ferris wheel now. Boys to the right, girls to the left. Nice. Centers pass through. Star through. And the boys trade. Bend your lion. Let me see. Where is number 1 man? Where's number 1 lady? Thank you. Heads make an arch. You vote on it if you'd like. I'm going to ask the sides to dive through, but before I do that, I want the heads to realize that if you make the arch, you must step forward and automatically California twirl, right? Sides dive through, heads step forward, California twirl, all the girls trade. Okay? Let's bend the line and do whatever you have to do to get back home quick. Like I said, this is not an exercise in sight resolution. This is just game playing. I shared this with a couple of guys during the past couple of days, and they seemed to like it, and they asked me if I could show it here. I did it last year on a tape. It's another way of playing with... Everybody knows the combination head square through 4, with the outside 2 make a right-hand star, head star left in the middle, blah, 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 and go from there. Let's modify that just a tad. Could we have the head square through 4 hands? When you find the outside 2, make a right-hand star, please. Now, just go ahead, move your star. Head gents, reach in and reverse the flutter wheel. With the left hand, pick up your partner, bring her back. Now, sweep a quarter and you'll end up at home. Isn't that nice? Side square through 4. And with the outside 2, make a right-hand star and turn it. Side gents, reach in with your left hand, reverse the flutter wheel, pick up your partner from across the way. Do not sweep a quarter. Instead, wheel around now to face the pair behind you and swing through. The original men run right. Ferris wheel. Center sweep a quarter and you're home. Here's a real oldie. I had to do some research to get this, and I'm not going to tell you where I researched it from, but callers don't steal, by the way. We research a lot, but we don't steal, okay? This is a cute little get-out, and I want you to check the timing on this and the positioning on this, okay? Heads right and left through. Heads, I want you to pass through, and I want you both to turn right. Single file promenade, sides pass through. Make 2 right-hand stars here. Turn the stars. Girls to the middle, make a left-hand star. Boys, single file promenade the wrong way around. Pass your partner once. Keep on going, guys. When you meet her a second time, you'll be close to home. Slide through. Isn't that a beauty? I'll do that again. Sides. Do a right and left through. Sides pass through. Now both of you turn right. Single file promenade. Heads pass through. Make 2 right-hand stars here. Girls to the middle, make a left-hand star. Boys, single file promenade the wrong way around. Pass your partner once. When you meet her again, slide through, and you should be home. Now that's a no-fail gotcha. Okay, you can do that all night long and take it to the bank. It works every time. Variety, box and that, right and left, grand. Use the same figure as a singing call, except pass your partner the second time. The next one's corner, swinger and promenade. You're swinging her and your partner in your home quadrant for a beautiful singing call figure. Here's another one I'll share with you. Same thing done at the plus level, and the only thing I'm going to vary is my get-in. Okay, heads pass through. Chase right and freeze here. Freeze here. Freeze means girls are facing out. There you go. Now this is what I want. A snapshot right here shows me that the ladies are in the lead and her partner's right behind her. Ladies work to the right, single file promenade to the right, behind the sides, sides pass through. Go, men, you follow her. Make right-hand stars. We'll finish up just like ever. The girls to the middle with a left-hand star. Boys, single file promenade. Second time you meet her, slide through, and you should be close. Well, let's look at that one more time. Without hesitation, heads pass through and chase right. Coming out of the chase right, ladies lead, single file to the right. Follow them, guys. Sides pass through, and you got it. Right-hand star. Girls star left. Boys single file prom. Meet her and slide through. Twice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really neat. And you have two distinct approaches here, and this was really terrific. I picked up a lot here. I expect to use it when I get back home. Let me show you another thing. What I liked about it is somebody's promenading single file, and then somebody's going to pass through and meet him and make the right-hand stars, which is really neat. Another thing you might want to try along that vein, have the heads pair off, all right? And everybody slide through, and then pass through. Girls don't move. Boys run around the girl. Now the girls run around the boy. Some are facing directly, can you see? Just you four box the nut. You four do a right and left through, the others promenade and keep moving. Those in the middle star through, veer to the left, and follow those two. Back out, join 16, circle to the left. Okay? Whatever the get out would be. But let me show you how that was done again. Square your set, okay? Recap on this. Have the head couples pair off. Everybody here slide through and pass through. Now we had a line of four facing out. A line of four facing out. And I could either say girls don't move or boys don't move. Let's take it so that the girls do not move. Boys run around the girl. We immediately set up an offset thing. Now the girls run around the guy. He's moving. See that? And we have what we call an offset situation where four are looking at each other directly. So the thing was, somebody didn't move, somebody ran. Then somebody did run where somebody had to move. Now they're half sashayed here, which is a little bit of a problem. But the way I worked it out was the center four box the knot and do a right and left through. The others promenade and keep walking. Those in the middle star through, veer to the left, and follow those two. All right, you can square up. Now, you really have to watch the timing factor on that. All right?
One more I'd like to share with you. Lee did an excellent job on the walk and dodge, using walk and dodge as a theme. We take it a couple of steps further, and even probably beyond. And I've gotten called down on this a few times, but I don't care. Let's have the head couple star through and spread, and everybody touch a quarter. Single file circulate, trade and roll. I'm setting up a formation where I have the same sex in the center and the ends are also same sex. Everybody pass through. The boys walk and the girls dodge. And I've had people come up and say, that's called step and slide. Well, it's not called step and slide if I don't call it step and slide. Just like swing through, girls circulate, boys trade is not AC-doocy until I call it AC-doocy. Everybody cloverleaf. Zoom and spread. Pass through, boys walk and the girls dodge. Just the boys do half of a cloverleaf. Grab a girl's hand, cast off 3. Boys run. Good. Let me see. Touch a quarter. Everybody single file circulate. Men run. Centers pass through. Touch a quarter. Boy walk and the girl dodge. I didn't want to do that. Do a partner trade and reverse your flutter wheel. Set it up this way. Coming out of the flutter wheel, notice the right-hand dancer is in forward walking, forward momentum. Therefore, the momentum is carrying them forward. I would use from here. Girls walk forward, boys dodge right. Go. Now the boys walk forward, girls dodge. Girls back up walk, boy dodge. Go all the way back, girls. Boys back up walk, girls dodge. A different twist. Yeah, exactly. Some say it's unethical to have anybody back up, but if you have them backing up all day, I'll agree. But if you have them do it a half a tip or play with it in that vein, it's adding variety from within the program. Sure you do. We would like to ask if you guys and gals have any ideas that you'd like to share with us. If you would, please step to the microphone. Let us know who you are, and we'll be glad to entertain you.
I'm Tom Stein from Baltimore. I was thinking about spin chains from two-face line, where instead of trading as an arm turn, you trade as a partner trade.
Yeah, that's a concept on a higher list. You can we'll have the head start through, and then everybody start through. Excuse me, and then veer to the left. You would say begin with a partner trade and spin chain through. It's really tricky. That's not so easy to do. So just do a partner trade. Boys cast 3, center boy trade, and then cast off 3. So you would say begin with a partner trade. At the higher levels, we would say do a two-phase spin chain through. A spin chain, well, square your set for a minute. As long as I got you here with the spin chain through, you brought it up, so it'll be your fault. Do an Alamo left in the Alamo style. You can spin chain through from an Alamo. Turn half by the right. With a left hand, cast 3. Boy star across. Pick up a girl, cast 3/4 by the left. And you're back to the Alamo, and you got a 0 setup. You might want to put that down. Okay, don't mention it. No extra charge on that.
just buy the tape. No. We do not get commissions on these tapes. I've heard people say, "Why do you guys?"
I don't, and Ken doesn't, but he's mentioned it 3 or 4 times. Square up. You can put your hands down now.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to share with us? Do you need dancers?
Okay.
You do.
Jimmy Robinson from Oxford, North Carolina. Thank you. I thought about it when you was doing the grand square, and somebody may have seen this before, but it's kind of cute. I've done it a couple of times. But if you start from a square set and you had just the boys turning face to girls, girls, you look in, and it's kind of tricky. You got to kind of coach them a little bit, make sure you stay in your own little coordinates. But let's try it. Boys are backing up, girls are going in. Do a grand square. Go 1, 2, 3, turn. 2, 3, turn. 1, 2, 3, turn. 1, 2, 3, reverse. No dot turn. 1, 2, 3, turn. 1, 2, 3, turn. 1, 2, 3, turn. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Put me on your confidence.
Anybody else have any ideas that you could share with us?
Anybody have any questions? Can I show you a couple of ways to get into a diamond that I've looked at? You know, diamond circulate seems to be a pretty popular. Do we have anybody that would like to substitute for dancers? Do we need a substitute up front? Okay. Head couples, please. Let me see. How do I want to set this up? Heads pair off. Do a star through. Good. Everybody pass through. Do a partner trade. Just the girls only roll. And everybody take a step forward, and the boys grab a hand. Boys do a swing through, and you have a diamond. Different way to get into a diamond. Diamond circulate. Flip your diamond. Boys trade. Then run. And bend the line. I enjoy working with good body flow, and I like to use calls that set up calls by using body flow. Here's one that I play around with quite a bit. Do a right and left through. Ladies lead flutter wheel. Coming out of that flutter wheel, I want the boys to notice that they're moving forward. Now, boys, if I were to ask you to do your part of a follow your neighbor and spread, you'd be able to do that handily. Don't do it. I just want you to think about it. Now, let's analyze what you're going to do, guys. You're going to step forward with the inside hand. Don't do it. Just think about it, okay? Okay, do a right and left through. Now, flutter wheel. Boys only, do your part of a follow your neighbor and spread. Girls dodge, extend forward, and you should have a diamond. Turn around, sweetheart, turn around. I'll do it again. Boys, let's see, diamond circulate. Flip your diamond. Ladies trade. Recycle, a cycle. Veer to the left. Bend your lion. Okay, do a right and left through. Flutter wheel. Coming out of the flutter wheel, just the boys, do your part of a follow your neighbor and spread. Girls dodge and then extend forward, and you have a diamond. On that flutter wheel, sweetheart, you have to end up facing in, and then it'll help, okay? Ken, do you have anything to...
You're on a roll. Keep going.
We're on the roll. Keep it going.
I got a few ideas if I see.
Good. Diamond circulate. I don't know about the validity of this. I'll ask the master. Can you, in this particular case, the boys are the centers of a diamond, correct? Would I be valid in saying fan the top from a diamond?
You have to say a diamond fan the top.
Diamond fan. Is there such a call as diamond fan the top?
I just said there was.
You looked at my notes. Okay, within your diamond, boys acting as centers, fan the top. Cast off 3/4. Girls, do your diamond circulate, please. Girls have to move up. In your diamond, in your diamond, in your own diamond, in your own diamond. Girls should be in the center holding left hands, yes? Left hand, sweetheart. There you go. Okay. Look at the head wall. There we go. In your, girls, you're the points of a diamond. You know that on your diamond circulate, you're going to go out to where the men are standing or close by, okay? Boys are centers. Everybody fan the top in your diamond. Boys cast off 3. Girls do a diamond circulate, and there's your regular diamond again. Okay?
Want to square your set for a minute? Let me just show you one other thing. Have the heads pair off. Everybody now, just for our purposes, veer to the left and do a half tag the line. Now, I want to make sure that the group is comfortable with a half tag, and you'll see why in a minute. All the girls run around the guy, star through, if you will, right into a trade by. Good touch quarter. Let's have all the centers trade. Now, all spin your top. Turn, center 3/4 in the end, walk up. And do a grand. Now, before we go any further, just notice what I did. In some choreographic way, I set up a grand wave with the same sexes in the middle. Okay, now grand swing through. Now all 4 boys run to the right. Now you have a line of 8, 4 looking one way and 4 looking another way. Listen to what I tell them. Work individually down the big line and do a grand half tag. Go. And there's your right-hand column right there, which is really kind of neat. And plus dancers will do that. Mainstream dancers can do that also. But notice the help I gave them. Work individually down the great big line and do a grand half tag. You're all set for coordinate, but don't do that. But listen, I have an idea. We're going to do the coordinate, but the girls, when you meet, I want you to do a U-turn back. Everybody coordinate. Circulate 1.5, but the girls turn back. All the boys do your regular thing, and now you have a right-hand wave instead of 2 face lines. Another thing you might want to consider, okay?
Starting from these ocean waves, I'm going to ask you to think about a relay the deucey. Can everybody handle relay the deucey? Good. Do a relay the deucey for me, please. Go. But girls, I want you to freeze when you find a left-hand ocean wave. Boys finish like normal. Girls should freeze now. Boys finish like normal. You'll have a facing diamond when you're done. Okay? Flip your facing diamond. Okay. we got two face lines, boys in the middle, girls are facing the same way your partner is, okay? Couples circulate. Do we have any problem with cast a shadow? Is there anybody dancing that cannot cast a shadow? Is there anybody that cannot cast a shadow? You don't believe? Okay, let me help you out. It's real easy, okay? Hold your hand up if you cannot cast a shadow, because I need some help with this, okay? We need another boy that can cast a shadow. Another gentleman that can cast a shadow. And do we have any ladies that are? We've got the author sitting up here on cast a shadow. You better do it right, he said. I want to check the validity of this. Bend your line. Just the centers only. Do a standard half sachet. Right before left. Just like traffic pattern. Yeah? Okay, now centers, do a right and left through if you would, please. Do a flutter wheel for me. Coming out of that flutter wheel, boy walk and the girl dodge. Just the centers are active, okay? Boom. Now, from here, I want the ends to extend the shadow. Cast off 3, spread apart, centers do your thing, spread apart in the middle, and there you go. I don't know about the validity of that, but it's just a different twist of working with a call cast a shadow. Bend your line. Centers all the girls in the middle. Good. Girls do a flutter wheel. Left hand girl walk, right hand girl dodge. Okay. Now, we saw that before. The boys are going to extend, and then the boys are going to start by casting off 3/4. Don't do it now. I want to show another one. Boys pass through. This is kind of tight, but right roll, boys. The shadow. Cast off 3. Girls go. Bingo. She said she knew. That's okay. That's the only, of the 8 parts, that's the only one you don't know. Bend the line. Past the ocean. Swing through. Do an AC-doocy. Notice AC-doocy requires 2 parts. The ends do a circulate, the centers do a trade. Do we agree? Swing through. Okay, let's do it again. Swing through. Do an AC-doocy. Boys do both parts, which means after you trade, circulate. Swing through. AC-doocy. Girls do both parts, which means after you trade, circulate. A little tough.
That can be ambiguous.
Yeah.
Both parts of what? Part of the ends and part of the centers? Or,
yes.
That could be confusing.
Ends circulate, centers trade?
Well, I know what you meant now that you told us. Yeah. Yeah.
The which?
You have the center circulate, which isn't a part at all.
If they do both parts.
But the part is the end circulate. Yes, the centers do both parts. But the ends only go one.
Oh, did I not say it? What did I say? Boys or girls?
Why don't you just say AC-doocy and then the centers circulate?
Well, that's 1-0.
Square up for me. I got a quickie. How many times are we in a promenade position and you're sight calling and you realize that you don't quite have them back where you need them? Okay, let's have the heads pair off. Swing through. Do an AC-doocy if you want. Boys run around the girl. Bend the line. Okay, you're in the 0 line. Everybody knows who your corner is. Do a right and left through. You're sailing along, you got good choreography. You say, for some reason, you say element left. Element left your corner. Come back and promenade. You realize, uh-oh. Keep going. Head couples spread apart. Side step between them. Step and slide. Promenade home. Right. See? That's all I got.
Are there any questions? Anybody have any worthwhile choreographic creative ideas that you can share with us? Yes. Get it. Yeah.
When you had them in the grand two-phase line, and then you had
grand half tag.
The grand half tag. Could you? If your hall was that tight, could you do a grand wheeling deal of phases?
Yeah, you could. It wouldn't dance as neatly as the grand half tag. One of the other things that we'll bring up to your attention here: have the heads pair off, sides roll away. Everybody pass the ocean, and all the girls run around the guy. Okay, now we have the same kind of a setup here for the grand half tag. You have to set up 4 facing one way, 4 facing another way. But you can also work something a little bit different where you can say just the center 2-face line of 4, raise your hands. Wheel and deal. Sweep a quarter while the others bend the line. And you got it. Okay, so that's another possibility. Another thing is this. Watch how neat this is. The center 4 turn through. Everybody now pass the ocean. All the girls run around the guy. Let's see how good you are on your rolls here, okay? Center 4 only, wheel and deal, sweep a quarter, and roll. The others, bend the line and roll individually. You got a 2-face line. Rolls are really not used enough. There really is. It's a neat call. Rolls are. You can get all kinds of formations. Ones that you really should have, and ones that the dancers will make up for you. But the roll is a very significant call. Really good.
Success by design.
Yeah. Now, they were doing something over there before, and I'm sorry they didn't mention it in their choreo. Have everybody bend the line for now. You okay, Lil? Everybody pass the ocean. She gets tired easily. That's how all the centers run. And this new centers do a walk and dodge. Okay, this is over there when they were doing some choreo at the other side. They didn't say they had the centers run or the centers trade. Nobody said do a single hinge. What is a single hinge or partner hinge? Which is off the list? Partner. Well, whatever you know how to do.
The one you like.
Yeah. Well, to me, a partner hinge is a half a trade. The problem is that when you get up to some of the higher levels and you call single wheels and things like that, you have to know that a single wheel is a partner hinge and roll. So before they take those things off, they really should call Long Island. The thing here, in order to normalize this setup, this is a 3-in-1 line, and something that's so easy to do. Do a partner trade, everybody, and roll the facer, and star through, and you have a line of 4 facing out from a 3-in-1 line with a lady on the right, which is really neat. Some of the things are so obvious if you just take the time to study some possibilities. That's what you really have to do. There's just so much that we could do for you here. But the bottom line is for you to investigate what these possibilities are. And you put a 3-in-1 line down with your checkers and say, well, what can I do? You can have the centers run. You can have the centers trade. What is it? Single hinge? I forget.
Yeah, this was the one I was talking about.
Okay, whatever. So, okay, I'll take a look at that. But look to see what some of these creative possibilities are on your part. You probably have lots of good things that you could show us next time we come back here. Square your sets, please, if you don't mind hanging around. Is there anybody else that wants to deal with anything here that might be of value to us? I knew you'd put your 2 cents in California.
Frank Lesgrenier from California. Working on the spin the tops and the walk and dodges together. This is after you working a theme tip to have the heads pair off, swing through, and spin your top. Now, depending on how good your group is, you can say a grand swing through. Now, rather than saying grand spin the top, let's just have the very center. Let's have the boys with the left hand hinge. And those lone girls on the outsides move up and touch right hands with the boys. Just the lone girls on the outside. Just the lone girls on the outside. Okay, and the girls you should have a column down the middle. Oh, let's have those girls hinge, okay? Let's have those girls hinge. Okay, now you've got a wave of 3. Think of the definition, starts right. Wave of 3, swing through. What happened with the girls? Okay, let's have the girls slide nose to nose in the center. Okay, something didn't work right. With what yeah. I've talked to Lee before.
Square your sets. I'll show you. Have the heads pair off, all right? Make an ocean wave. Yes, I know you. Boys have circulate, girls hinge. Wave of 6, see it? Grand swing through. All 4 boys do a diamond circulate. We're just adding some stuff here. Wave of 6, do what comes naturally. Do a grand spin the top. The other boy extend, meet a guy with the right hand. Voila. Is that what I told you?
Yeah, but that's not what I was working on. Okay, from do a quarter through. Let's have the girls do U-turn back. Pass the ocean, swing through, spin your top. See how I did this. do a grand swing through. All those with the left hand, hinge. Lone girl, move up to the boy. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, now you've got waves of 3, and the waves of 3 swing through. Now columns of 6 down the middle, circulate. Waves of 3 starting left hand, do a left swing through. Columns of 6, 2 by 1, walk and dodge. The girls move, the boys dodge. Okay, now the lone boy that's facing in on the end, extend to the girls, you force swing through, others partner trade, and go from there. So you've incorporated your swing throughs and your spin the tops into a setup and gotten out of it quick.
Anybody else? Any questions? I'll share one more with you before we let the dancers sit down. If you square your sets one time, this will be the last one. I promise. Let me see. Sides do a right and left through. And let me see. How do I want to do this? Pass the ocean. Sides. You're still active. Recycle. Veer to the left. Okay, this is what I wanted. The outer 6, center 2 girls trade. The outer 6, I want the boy to walk and the girl to dodge. Now we have a column of 6. See it? And the column of 6 circulate. Now the outer 6, I want the boy to walk and the girl to dodge. Center girls trade. Centers bend the line. The others partner trade. And bingo, we're right back into a manageable formation again. Okay, once again, let's work on the heads. Heads do a right and left through. That's all right. It's not designed to. We're not working, this is not sight resolution. This is just creative choreography. BS. Brain stimulation, okay? Pass the ocean, heads. Do a recycle and veer to the left. The object is to get a two-face line in the center dividing two-facing couples, okay? And the outer 6 dancers, it's a natural. The outer 6, I want the boy to walk and the girl to dodge. Center girl trade. And in your column of 6, circulate. And the outer 6, boy walk, girl dodge. The center girls trade. Centers bend the line. The others partner trade. And we're right back into something.
Okay, I can't resist this, okay?
I promised this was the last.
Have the head couples lead to the right, please, okay? Everybody star through. Just the center 4 only, star through, trade, and veer to the left while the others touch a quarter. Here's a sequence that'll shock your floor. If they're fully aware of a center column circulating and the outer 6 circulating. You probably won't hire me for any of your groups after I do this for you, but let me show it to you anyway. Alternating 3 times from the column of 6 to the outer 6, circulate once each time. Center 6, outer 6, center 6. That's it. Rest. Thank you, guys.
Does anybody have any questions that you'd like to address to us? Would you please thank Ken Ritucci, Mr. Lee Kopman, and we thank you,
moderator here. Thank you.
Thank you.